Martinez, and the host asked him a simple question, the kind of question that sounds harmless right up until it detonates.
She asked me on the air, how do you feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I said what I felt. They're my homeboys, I love them.
That was it. That was the spark. Snoop told the truth on the air, the way he always did. And the truth was that he cared about the men on the other side. Now imagine being Pac, your closest ally, and hearing your friends say on New York radio that he loves the very people you feel wronged you. It did not matter that Snoop meant no harm. It did not matter that Snoop was just being honest. To Pac, honesty like that in that moment felt like a wound. By the time Snoop got back to the hotel, everything had shifted. The warmth was gone. The whole atmosphere was different. Pac would not even come get something from Snoop himself. He sent somebody up to handle it instead. Little things, cold little things, the kind of small distance that tells you a big storm is already forming. Snoop felt it in his chest. He knew something was wrong before a single loud word was ever said. And here is where I have to leave you hanging, because what happened next is the part Snoop still cannot fully talk about without his voice cracking. They all had to fly back to Los Angeles the very next day. Same crew, same private plane, same sky. Snoop, Pac, Suge Knight, and a whole lot of tension packed into one cabin with nowhere to run. What happened on that flight became the last real memory Snoop would ever have of his friend alive. And it was not a hug. It was not a laugh. It was 5.5 hours that Snoop spent gripping a knife and a fork under a blanket, praying he would land breathing. The last flight. Let me set the scene for you, because the details matter here. This was not a commercial flight. This was a private plane, the kind where everybody knows everybody and there is no crowd to disappear into. And before they even got in the air, the rules changed in a way that made Snoop's stomach drop.
So normally I got 2 security with me that fly on a private plane. What is Suge got his homies, Pac got his security. We get to the private plane, like Suge like, they can't go.
Now you have to understand what that means in that world. Your security is not just muscle. Your security is your safety net, your witnesses, your people. And on this particular day, at this particular moment, Snoop's net got cut. Suge Knight looked at Snoop's men and told them flat out they were not getting on that plane. Just like that, Snoop was about to fly across the whole country with no backup of his own. His security tried to pull him with them, told him to just stay behind and catch another way. And Snoop had a choice to make right there on the tarmac.
Your security, they can't go. Security like, all right, well, come on with us, dog. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stay there.
He chose to get on. Read that again. With every alarm bell in his body ringing, with his own men telling him to walk away, Snoop chose to board that plane anyway. Why? Because part of him still believed. Part of him thought that if he could just be trapped in the air with his friend for a few hours, maybe the truth would come out. Maybe they would talk. Maybe the ice would finally break, and they would land as brothers again. He decided the sky was going to be the place they got clarity, one way or the other. It did not go that way, not even close. The plane took off, and the silence that filled that cabin was the loudest thing Snoop had ever heard. His friend, his little homie, the person he came up with, would not say a single word to him. Not a hello, not a look, nothing. Just a wall of quiet, stretching out over hours and hours of open sky. Snoop tried. Of course he tried. He sat there as long as he could stand it. And then somewhere around the middle of the flight he got up, walked over and made himself sit down right next to Pac. He reached for the smallest, simplest opening he could find. Just a